Ikem Ekwonu is easily one of the best 2 or 3 players in the 2022 NFL draft class. He plays a premium position. He's a perfect scheme fit for the New York Jets. So should they consider drafting him at number 4 overall? We're going to do a mini film review today and then get into a discussion and debate about whether the Jets need Ekwonu with Phantom Becton at tackles and then the additions they've made on the interior of the offensive line.
Fellas, have you started your spring cleaning yet? Time to join the 4 million men who trust Manscaped worldwide by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the promo code PLAJ so that you can properly spring clean your nether regions. Get the Performance Package 4.0. It's the only tool you'll ever need to make sure that your nether regions are properly groomed. There's the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer to get the most precise shave on your hedges. Clear holes and smell the spring air with the Weed Whacker. After clearing your nose, make sure you get rid of the foul smell with the Crop Preserver and Crop Receiver. And finish off your grooming routine with the PLAJ 2.0, the perfect razor for the finest shave on your face, because you want the Lawnmower 4.0 for your nether regions, but you want a different razor for your face. Don't want to use the same one on both. Don't forget, April is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Manscaped will be partnering with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer, men's health, and early cancer detection. But remember, spring cleaning time is here, so the Performance Package 4.0 is what you're going to need to get the job done. Get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code PLAJ at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the promo code PLAJ at manscaped.com. It's time to throw out your old hygiene habits and upgrade your life.
What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here from Play Like a Jet, and the Ikem Ekwonu film is fun. It's almost like watching Mekhi Becton back in 2020 with a little more polish than Becton had coming out of Louisville. So let's take a look at specifically the scheme fit in this small review we're going to do now and then get into the debate afterwards. And let's start with the running game. Mike LaFleur, wide zone, outside zone, it is a staple, and Ikem flourishes on those reps. You're going to see him left tackle here, left-hand side of your screen. Look how he explodes out of his stance for a huge man, gets to that second level defender, in this case a safety, and look at the force in this man's hands. The displacement, the hole he opens up. He sends this man flying both feet off the ground. Looks like a rag doll, but he's not done yet. You think he might be, but look at the finish. Throws him to the ground, looks at him. That's a bad man. That's Ikem Ekwonu. One more time at full speed. Get out, get to the second level, put a hit on, and then finish and open up a monster lane for your running back. I love that. Something else Ekwonu does so well is move in space. He's a fluid athlete for his size. Watch him climb to the second level here and get to the linebacker. It's just phenomenal. Gets out of his stance. He checks number 3, makes sure he doesn't need help getting to the reach block, his left guard. Gets to number 10. Again, look how easily he hits his target, how he slows down his feet. Great pad level. And once again, word of the video, finish. Look at this, man. He picks up a 240-pound athlete and just slams him to the ground like WrestleMania. One more time. Check it, get out to number 10, and just put him on the ground. It doesn't get any better than that, Ikem. And something else they love to do with Ekwonu were these kind of pin-pull looks. What that means is you're going to get a crack block from the wide receiver on the outside. It's coming from the right-hand side of your screen. And then let Ekwonu just get out in space. This is a perfect example. Crack block on number 40. Ikem gets out, and look at him move. This is a 330-pound athlete, and he's flying to the second level. He makes sure that safety doesn't get near his running back, and it's a phenomenal job. He covers 20, 25 yards so easily, keeps his shoulders square. It is gorgeous. So now let's break down a couple of passing reps from Ikem Ekwonu, and as I always do, let's jump into how he does against the best competition. And look, Jermaine Johnson got him a couple of times in their battles over the last 2 years, but this was a fantastic rep. It's the standard pass rush footwork from Jermaine Johnson. He's going to fake the inside move, cut off the inside to try and give himself space with a little Euro step, and then go for a cross chop or a little swipe. Ikem Ekwonu does a fantastic job. He doesn't put too much weight on his right leg. He makes sure he stays to the outside. And then look at the force and punch he gets with that left arm extension. Watch Johnson's outside right leg as he gets punched. It almost caves from underneath him. Just a powerful man, patient, one-hand punch, and then get him to the ground and pancake. This is an elite prospect, a top 10 prospect, and Ikem takes his lunch here. As I said, he had his wins too, but this is an impressive rep from Ekwonu. I talked about patience in the last clip, well here we go again. Ekwonu does a fantastic job in this quick pass set. Right hand side of your screen, left tackle, again. Gets out of his stance quickly, covers good ground in his first step, and then look how he steadies his feet. Again, he doesn't fall for the little inside move, he stays with his shoulders over his knees, good weight distribution, and then he gets two hands with a patient punch, and then once he clamps, you can just see that defensive end is going nowhere. He's got the strongest hands and grips out of all the tackles in this year's class. This was a fantastic job. It's getting out of your stance, patience, and then grip strength. I absolutely love it. And then one last rep. This was just good fun. I saw this on Brett Coleman's Twitter and I had to put it in here. This is a puke and rally. This is a character play. Hot game down in Miami to start the year. Well, let's see how Ikem does. You can see him in his stance. Little vomit coming from Ikem Ekwonu's mouth here late in the game. He's struggling. Big dude, early in the season. You think that's going to let him phase him? Nah, get out of your stance. Get to the linebacker. Take him 5-6 yards with one arm. This dude's a machine. I love the character. I love the nastiness, the finishing, the athleticism in space. I love Ikem Ekwonu. So then the question becomes, should Joe Douglas and the Jets seriously consider drafting Ikem Ekwonu at number 4 overall if he drops to that spot? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a huge fan of his tape. I just gushed about him for 5 minutes. I mentioned it at the top, and let's start with the positives. He's easily one of the 2 or 3 best prospects in this class. He's one of the few true blue chip guys. On top of that, he plays a premium position. You get great value out of taking an offensive tackle in the top 5 of the draft if you hit. I think Ikem is going to hit. In conjunction with that, let's look at George Fant's career, because he was fantastic stepping in for Mekhi Becton at left tackle last year. But over the 6-year span, he's only really had that one breakout standout season. It was a bit of an outlier against the rest of his career. So can you trust him performing at that level again? Throw another spanner in the works. If he shifts to the right tackle spot, will he go back to how he played in 2020? There's a lot of moving parts, but I think George Fant, in conjunction with Mekhi Becton's injuries, are reasons you can definitely consider taking Ikem Ekwonu at number 4. And another reason, it's Joe Douglas's draft philosophy. He believes you win in the trenches, that the offensive line and defensive line are the cornerstones that you build your team around. As I said, you get a key left or right tackle in the top 4 of the draft, that's a home run, and Ikem Ekwonu could be that guy. So they're the reasons to draft him and to consider taking him at number 4. But then you look at the other side of the equation as well. First and foremost, he's going to be a redshirt player if everything goes to plan for the Jets. They've got Becton and Fant that I just mentioned at the tackle spots. They have Connor McGovern, who's established as the center. Elijah Vera-Tucker was fantastic as a rookie. He's sliding across to right guard in 2022. Why? Because they brought in Laken Tomlinson, who was a Pro Bowler. So if you draft Ikem Ekwonu, he's likely not playing a snap in 2022 if everything goes to plan. I'm all for building for the future, but an $8 million red shirt for your number 4 overall tackle, it just seems like a waste of resources for a team and a general manager that really needs to start producing on the field right now. Because if he doesn't, Joe Douglas's seat is going to get very warm. And the last reason that I think the Jets should consider not taking Ikem and leaving him on the board if he's there at number 4 is that realistically, you don't need to overspend too much of the offensive line. If you get 1 or 2 elite players and surround them with average to slightly above average talents, that's how you win. You don't need to have 5 elite guys. It's just unrealistic to spread your resources in that fashion, even for a guy like Joe Douglas. So that's the question the Jets need to answer. If Ikem falls, as good as his tape is, as premium as the left and right tackle spots are, do they have a place for him? Is he in the plans? We're going to find out in April, but they're my thoughts on Ikem Ekwonu.